what would a show about us be without specific segments focusing on each one of us? I'd make the whole show about me because I'm just that awesome, but
I mean, awesome, egotistical. I mean,
not as much as the dog. At least she left us alone.
Tomato.
Now she's back to
Oh no! Now
sniffing
she's like, wait,
crotches.
it looks like there's space.
So, when we opened the show, Phil talked about how he has learned and experienced a lot of things he had never thought about since he met me. So let's talk about one of them.
So here's the golden nugget I would say I have taken away so far from all of this. And I'm working hard, everybody, on self-improvement and not being judgmental, because when I met Gavin, I don't know if there was a more judgmental person on the planet than I was.
Now, let's hit pause. And that's because he was raised to be this way.
That's how I've been, and I'm trying not to be, y'all. But one thing that Gavin has taught me, and Gavin's friends have taught me, is at the end of the day, we're all just looking for happiness. And all of us are taking the path that works for us to get there. So when you look around at people, and I say this to people who may be like me, who look at other people who do things they don't do for fun, and think that's dumb, that's stupid, why would anyone ever do something like that? Stop and just remember, all of us just want to be happy, and we're looking for our way to be happy.
Darn, it's too bad you haven't been with someone who's been telling you that for years.
I just said if there's one thing Gavin's taught me. If there's another thing that Gavin's taught me, it's that anytime he's correct about something, I'm going to hear, who was it who said that to you? Blah, blah, blah,
Because you
blah,
don't listen to me half the time because you think I'm crazy.
And who's blah, 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 blah.
Because he always, he'll listen, but then someone else in his life will validate what I said, and then it becomes real.
He doesn't understand the concept of validation through multiple sources. Remember earlier, y'all, when I was
You think he would have just learned by now?
Earlier when I was
Just
talking about
listen to me.
Scooby-Doo teaching you to look at the world empirically and all of that?
Scooby-Doo is not
You use
educational.
more than one source sometimes. I know we're in the post-fact age where Wikipedia and the internet make the truth even though it's not real. Sometimes you need more than one valid source. I get my information from my husband. I have other people I talk to. Just because I talk to multiple people and they validate what you said doesn't mean I went to them and said, Gavin's a liar, right? I say usually, so here's what Gavin said, and then I hear, well, I would say the same thing. That's not me questioning you and me thinking you're crazy. Logically, rationally, reasonably, scientifically, it doesn't hurt to have more than one source. I hope I teach you that lesson someday.
Please, I snap judgment everything. I ain't even gonna lie.
I snap to judgment too. Y'all, I am practicing hard not to snap and to just jump to judgment.
He is. He's trying really, really hard. And it's funny because I think I took you to your first convention.
He did take me to my first convention.
So this will be the first we talk about this one. First convention. I didn't prep him enough.
No, he did not. So if we're gonna let me set the tone. Let me give you the setting, everybody. South by Southwest. It's the video game convention portion of it. We're standing outside. It is a lovely spring day, and there is a lovely breeze.
It used to be lovely.
And with the wind blowing outdoors, all I can smell are the people around me who have decided not to bathe for the duration of the convention. Nobody warned me that people, for some reason, don't bathe at these things, and that they will stink out loud when you're outside. And I'm, again, trying not to be judgmental, but if you're going to be surrounding yourself with lots of other people, common courtesy says the least you can do is wash your smelly ass so that they don't smell it when you walk outside. They had literal stink lines coming off of them.
Confunk is a real thing. You can look it up.
And then when he told me the word confunk, I was like, okay, so you knew about this and you didn't tell me.
Yeah, I didn't prep
Because you think
him.
you're cuter than you... Okay. You're not as cute as you think you are sometimes.
There are conventions that now make rules about confunk. Because
You shouldn't have to make a rule that says, yo, if you're going to be here with thousands of other people, you should bathe.
You would think so, but it used to be really, really bad. And I think the worst experience I had with it was when Eric and Josh and I went to Antarcticon. The only time they ever did it in San Antonio. And this ginormous Jabba the Hutt looking guy wearing a way too tight Sailor Moon shirt kept mean mugging me, and he smelled like rotten cheese. That was my first experience with Comfuck. So I've been dealing with it for a while. I understand, you know, if you're in cosplay, make sure you're gonna, be prepared for that because it's gonna be hot and heavy all day. But to just kind of be, I'm just gonna jump out of my basement. It's a horrible way to put it, and go to this convention. Like, put some deodorant on. They make Axe body spray for that. Like, for real.
Also, I learned at the convention, and this is not meant to be an insult to any cosplayers, and Gavin told me to just kind of bite my tongue. You can be the most amazing cosplayer on the planet. There was a girl there who was dressed as Daphne from Scooby-Doo. Girl looked amazing. But her attitude was so awful, it made me hate the costume and not want to stand next to her. And we just professed my undying love for Scooby-Doo. But she was so mean and nasty to people. Like, somebody who was like, oh my god, can I take a picture with? She's like, I have lots of followers. I have to be very selective about the pictures I take. I was like, yo, somebody came up to you excited to take a picture of you pretending to be someone you're not, and you shut him down and talked about your followers and how you get to pick when you have your photo ops. Just going back to conventions and things I learned, humility, for God's sake. If somebody is there and excited to see you, you should be excited that somebody was excited to see you, and not thinking about how all of your Instagram followers might take a photo with that person. That was something that kind of turned me off from conventions for a while.
Yeah, we've had we'll have these, and I'll bring people to actually talk about it with us, like cosplay and LARPing discussions. But yeah, there was some really rude cosplayers here back in the day at that convention specifically, and it wasn't your best first convention. But we're gonna fix that because next year we're going to Necronomicon, which is very much a him convention. So yeah, that'll be quite interesting. So that was some of Phil's first. You'll see more of Phil's first as we go along through the series.
Because there were or have been so many, and I'm sure there will be a billion more while we're together.
He had his first Disney-themed birthday party with me.
You had your first Speed Racer themed birthday party with me.
Yeah. So, yeah, we have lots of fun doing that. So, you want to ask him questions? Hit us up in the comments, email me, do whatever. There's lots more first to come.